Hi guys. So happy you're here. So happy I'm here. I took a couple days off of filming because mentally I needed to reset. So we're reset. And honestly, I was having a hard time deciding what to film because, okay, let me be very clear. I have a lot of ideas, okay? I have a whole list of ideas for builds, but I was like, what do I want to get into right now? Like, some of them are really extreme and I'm like, what do I want to get into right now? You know what I mean? I feel like a simple build is on the books for today's video. Just kidding. I lied. I completely lied about what I'm doing today. I'm not doing a simple build today at all, actually. In today's video, I'm doing something that I'm actually really excited to do because it involves one of my favorite movies growing up, and that is The Wizard of Oz. I'm sure all of you guys know The Wizard of Oz. If you don't, that's interesting. If you've never seen The Wizard of Oz, but you've seen the new movie Wicked, then The Wizard of Oz is the prequel, if you will. No, actually, technically, The Wizard of Oz is the sequel to Wicked, but I think Wizard of Oz came out first. Wicked is a musical, it's a Broadway musical that was turned into a movie, blah, 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 blah. But I'm pretty sure Wizard of Oz came out first, but Wicked was supposed to be the prequel, but it's actually the sequel. You guys get it. You get it. I don't need to explain this. Anyway, I was requested to do this. I think it's a fun idea. And so in today's video, I'm going to be building the Land of Oz. The Land of Oz. And that's going to include, is that the name of the world? Is it the Land of Oz, or did I just completely make that up? Now I need to look it up because I don't trust myself. What is the name of the world in Wizard of Oz? The Land of Oz. Oh, you guys, I don't even have to try. I know things. I know all the things. So anyway, I'm going to be building the Land of Oz as well as Little Munchkin Land, because that's like a big part of the movie, of course. And I think it would be so much fun. So before we jump into it, guys, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Okay, can we do that? Can we just subscribe? Can we just get on the same page? Because like, I'm here, I'm making content, it's pretty good, you're watching it, you may or may not be liking it, and I just feel like subscribing is just the thing to do these days. It's like, it's just in, you know what I mean? So yeah, go ahead and subscribe. It's totally up to you guys, but it really does help my channel out a lot. So if you want to help me out and help my channel grow and expand, it would mean a lot to me. So that's my spiel. Now we're gonna get right on into the video. So this is the Emerald Castle, Emerald City, whatever you want to call it. This is insane. I'll see what I can do. I like this sort of shot of it. I think that this is like kind of doable. I don't know how many of these towers I'm going to be willing to make. So this is going to be obviously the main house. So my plan is to build the main castle, and then in the surrounding area, I want to do Munchkin Land. So Munchkin Land looks a little something like this. I feel like I want the houses to have like a colorful feel like this. Within the main castle, I'm going to do every room is a different character from the movie. So we're going to have Dorothy, Tin Man, the Lion, the Scarecrow, the Good Witch, the Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah, that's the plan. To start, I need to build sort of a base situation, and it does look like it's actually up on a slight hill. So I'm gonna raise up some terrain here. We'll go ahead and flatten this out. Here's the basic shell. I don't know how to feel about this yet. Changed my mind. I've bulldozed the lot because you guys, I'm not liking where that's going. I feel like I need it to be more grand, and no, I wasn't liking it. I think I want to start, I don't know where I want to start. Maybe by adding a platform up here at the front, raise it up a little bit, and we'll add like our entry situation here. That's how we're gonna do it, is we're gonna utilize our platforms or foundations. Okay, yes, this will work, you guys. This is already looking much better, and it's gonna look really cool when I'm done with it. So like each of these will be a different space for a different character. So we can do like Dorothy, you know, Tin Man, Scarecrow. Like we're gonna have plenty of rooms to bring this to life. I do want to add some additional little things on the side here. Okay, so here's what we have so far. It's looking very grand, which I love. And then of course we're gonna have Munchkin Land around the bottom. Now we got to start going back in and adding the details. And I'm thinking what I'll do is I will go ahead and use the Spa Day emerald green color situation for this, but I want to go in also with some, I guess, like paneling for part of it, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Might be kind of cool to do a pretty design though. I'm gonna have to see how it plays out. Let me do my roof paint. I'm definitely gonna do the green metal. That's the best roofing that we have for this. Let's do roof trim. And I definitely want something with some gold if possible. So I'm gonna pull these adjusters out so that the trim can be showing like that. Okay, and then we will do trim, and I'm thinking this trim in yellow. Yep, that looks really good. What about some columns? What about these ones for rent? Yeah, that's looking pretty good actually. Okay, and then I want to add some fencing. I definitely want something like on the fancier side. I think I'm going to do Realm of Magic because that one just looks very fancy. It's got like a nice gold swatch. But what about this one? Oh wait, this one's really pretty too. That's nice. I went ahead and I added some rocks. I did some more columns and some more glass. I do still need a door, and this is the tallest wall height. So what kind of nice and dramatic door can I do? I don't really know if I love any of these. I mean, that's an option. So I added some doors to different buildings. So we have doors here. There's doors on the inside of these buildings because I don't know exactly what I'm doing with these yet, but I will figure it out. Added some doors to these buildings here. Now I do want to add some items, some embellishments to the tops of the roofs. These gold spikes sized up like that. That looks pretty good, actually. I definitely still need to add a bunch of windows. That's going to really help me pull this thing together. Now, which windows? I don't really know. I'm thinking potentially Strangerville because they've got the yellow windows here, and I could do something like that. I don't know. I got to think about those windows. I'm not really sure what I want to do with them yet. This is where we're at. Okay, I've added a bunch of windows, different details. I think it's looking really cute so far. I found this little thing from Jungle Adventure that I think is a cute little topper just to break up some of these points and stuff. Also, I was looking in the gallery just for some inspiration on how to translate this to The Sims, and I saw someone do this really cool roof trick. I forget the name of the builder. This is from Sims, but yeah, I saw this really cool roof trick and I thought that looked so pretty. So anyway, I want to add a bunch of crystals at the bottom. Now we only have blue ones in Realm of Magic, which is fine. I'm gonna grab those for now, and I'm gonna try to find some other ones as well. And to play into the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy does end up in a hot air balloon at some point, so I'm going to add that here. Ooh, and I have to add a rainbow because somewhere over the rainbow. I will add that, but give me a moment. Here we go. Size these up large and in charge. Oh yeah. There's something about it that's like missing, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is. Maybe I need to add like a thicker trim somewhere. I don't know where. I'm gonna have to play around with it because I really don't know how I want this to come to life. I'm not sure. But this needs to go in the sky. And then I need to add greenery and plants, and I also want to add some Realm of Magic orbs just to sort of light this place up a little bit more. I added some of the Realm of Magic orbs and just some extra lights to the actual house. Let me address this right here because for some reason this is throwing me off. Like there's nothing to it and it's bothering me. What about curtains on the outside? I've never really thought about it, but would that be kind of interesting at all, or would that be weird. That's kind of fun. Yeah, I feel like that looks a little bit better. Oh, I love these. So what I wanted to do was there's these little like spaces here. I kind of want to lower the terrain and make it like water down there. Okay, and then we can add some like fountains and stuff. I'm liking it. Just don't look at the back. The back is irrelevant. It's only the front that matters. Okay, I need to address how I'm going to do Munchkin Land. So I think what I'll do is I'll have small homes, something like that for Munchkin Land. Okay, and then we'll do like a winding path of terrain. So I created the little swirly twirly path and I think it's looking really nice. We're gonna leave it at that for now. I might come back and make some changes later on, but that's gonna do it. I want to, before I get started on these, actually, I lied. I want to just get started on these and then I'll tie up the landscape afterwards. I'm obviously going to be filling up this place with red poppies because that's a big part of them traveling to the Emerald Castle, or the Emerald City rather. Let's get these little munchkin huts built. It's relatively simple roofing actually. We're gonna do it like this, okay? And all of them, I can do a couple of different styles of roofing as well. Like some of them are kind of giving me this sort of look, and then some of them look a little bit more rounded, like more fully rounded like that. So I think that's how we'll just do one of each maybe. Now for the wallpaper. So the wallpaper is like a tan sort of color. I don't like, it could be this. There's so many different variations of this, right? Like these ones have different colored houses. These ones are all the same with the same roofing. This one has different roof colors. Like there's just so many. And I'm like, well, what do I want to do? What would I like? I feel like it might be interesting to do them all with a straw roof and then change the color of the houses to something a little more colorful. Because that's kind of what I envisioned, was like a more colorful house. Like a pretty blue color, and we can do a nice orange. And then we add little doors and stairs and stuff. So we'll add some doors. And these are also the tallest wall height, so I'm thinking medium doors. They all, I guess, are gonna have like a different door. Okay, they all have a different door, and I'll give them little windows. What if we do different windows for them too? I don't know. Give this one these windows from Cottage Living. I'm gonna give this house these windows from Cottage Living. We'll do this matching window. What about just base game? Oh yeah, we'll do base game like this. Okay, I feel like those look pretty good. We can add some stairs, and we'll do the same stairs for all of them, just something very simple. We can just do maybe Cottage Living. We'll do some railing. Okay, and then we'll add little roof details. We can do like little points or something. Good. And then what about like chimneys? We can maybe do like the funky chimneys, or we can do different ones for each of them. I kind of want to add some of these on top of some of them. Work has been done. Okay, this is where we're at. I added some fountains because I'm seeing in these pictures like there's some funky shaped fountains. I can't make a fountain that shape in the game, but you know, it's the idea. So that's what I did. I now want to add like a bunch of plants and stuff. We're obviously going to be adding in like the poppies and stuff. Don't you worry. What I'm going to need is to find a flower that's red. So the only like red flowers I'm seeing that might work are these ones. So I'm gonna do my best to just like fill this up, but it sucks because I have to size them up every single time. Otherwise this would be significantly quicker. So I'm just gonna take my time here and fill this in, finish my landscaping, and then we can finally start on the interior. I feel like I've been working on the exterior forever, but it's coming together. I'm almost done. Let me finish the landscaping and then I'll be back. Okay, so something I'll always remember, by the way, here we are. This is kind of what I've come up with for landscaping. I did end up adding a rainbow. Look at how beautiful. It's gorgeous. This part down here is so random, but you know what? It is what it is. I think it looks pretty cute. I sized up these lamps from Werewolves because I think I showed you guys that little like pond area, and it has like a flower thing where the good witch is underneath it or whatever. Also, another thing that I recall from the movie is the lollipop guild. That was like a big part for me that I just remember for some reason, because it, like, I don't know, they gave me the creeps. All of these pictures are blurry, but like, we gotta talk about this for a second. What is this? Anyway, I feel like I want to add a lollipop. A couple lollipops for the lollipop guild, and I'm pretty sure we got lollipops from businesses and hobbies, if I am correct, and I think that I am. So I'm filtering businesses and hobbies, and I want to see if they have lollipops, and if so, if I'm able to size them up. That's going to be the real question. I don't know. I'm pretty certain that they do, but sizing them up is something I'm really not sure of. So okay, here we have a lollipop. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. They're trying to kill me. Like, why can't I size this up? That's so disrespectful. Are you serious? Well, now what am I supposed to do? I can't even size them up. That's so tragic. All right, I am calling it for the outside, at least for now. I did a little bit of work on this swirly twirly. Listen, it's not perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. And I wish we had a more yellow terrain paint that I could have used for this swirl, but we don't. So that's the closest it's gonna get. Okay, so for Munchkin Land, I'm thinking about the 4 different houses sort of representing the different Munchkin roles in the community. So for example, there's the Lollipop Guild. I'm seeing that there's the Lullaby League, the Munchkin Mayor, and the Munchkin Villagers. I'm gonna try to do these quickly, you guys, because I don't know if you could tell, but this is massive and I have a lot of work to do. So let's just throw together quick little houses for the Munchkins. I don't know if I'm going to add bathrooms in here. Honestly, I don't know. So we'll do this one for the mayor. We're going to give him just some wood floors, maybe from Cottage Living. And he's wearing like a green jacket with like a yellow sort of plaid shirt. So maybe I can find something like that, like a deeper green wall, kind of like this color. And then maybe we'll do like a yellow gingham or something on the rest of the walls. Let's give him a small bed. So he's the mayor, so he needs something sort of fancier. Maybe I'll just do this bed for him somewhere. I don't know where yet. I have no idea what the layout is going to be. I want like a desk sort of front and center here. He is the mayor. People are going to be coming in here. Give him this desk with a nice chair, the green one. That's perfect. I need some curtains to cover the blue windows because that is not the look. Yes, this is like perfect. We'll do that. Couch maybe? Maybe a little bit of separation there. Put that against the wall. I have no idea. This layout is going to be very weird, but it is what it is. Maybe I can add a half wall right here to separate the kitchen a little bit. That's a little too tall. Yeah, something like that. We'll put like a little side table or something right here, an accent table. Maybe just this one with a nice lamp on it. Okay. Finished up the house for the mayor. I just did it really quick. I'm going to kind of fly through the Munchkin houses just because I have so much to do in the actual like Emerald Castle. So here's the house. We have his little office space right here, which is, I made it a main priority in this room just because he's the mayor and I imagine people are going to be coming to visit him and he's going to be at his desk working. We have our couch right here, kitchen here, and a little bedroom here. I didn't do bathrooms, you guys. I'm not doing bathrooms in the Munchkin houses. I just don't have it in me, but I could potentially add like an outside bathroom if that would make you guys feel better, because I know how you feel about the bathrooms. I also want to make one quick note, just so that you guys are aware. There's always one thing that's going to be true in my builds, okay? Due to how complex a lot of them are, how I'm trying to create something that's not really possible in The Sims, and because of that, I cannot and will not ever guarantee functionality with these builds. I do not play test them. In fact, I go into the builds assuming that a lot of elements in my build are not going to be functional. So if you do download my build, you do so with the understanding that if you want to actually play in the build, you're gonna have to make several adjustments in order to make sure that they're functional. I don't really build with functionality in mind. That's just not how I build. So just beware, if you do download my builds, there is a good chance that it's not going to be functional, but it looks good. And that's really all I'm thinking about when I'm going into these builds. So with that being said, we're going to continue on. I will add a bathroom just because I should have room for one. I could potentially put one back here. I could try to clear a path back here. Okay. I could just do like a dirt path. There we go. We have a bathroom back here for all of the people in Munchkin Land. The next house I'm going to do is this one. And in here, I think we're going to add, let's do the Lollipop Guild. I think cottage living flooring, or maybe we'll do Enchanted by Nature. I don't know. For the wallpaper, they're wearing like, one's wearing green plaid, one's wearing red plaid, the other one's wearing a blue solid color. And they've got like stripes and stuff. So I'm like, could do like a striped something like this. I don't know, maybe something like that as a start. I don't really know where to start. So they've got like jagged clothing. Their clothing looks like sliced up. So the furniture that I'm thinking of is the stuff from Spooky Stuff because it's kind of like tattered. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's the route I'm gonna go for here. I see that there's 3 different little munchkins in this scene with the Lollipop Guild. So I definitely want to add 3 different beds, a red one, a green one, and a blue one. Well, here we have a blue bed. We have a green bed, kind of red. We don't have solid green. Are you kidding me? Can I do it like that? I know that the bed in the middle isn't functional if I do it like that, but I don't know that I care actually. Okay, I could do that because we got the different plaids as well. I will say so far, hating this. Let's see if I can like it. Get to a point where I like it a little bit. Okay, so I want to have a small seating area for them, whether it's just a few chairs. I don't know. They're looking at absolutely nothing, but maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. And then we do a small kitchen or something over here. And for the counters, you guys, I hate this. I don't like those. The green is throwing me off because it's supposed to be much brighter than that. I want like this bright green and stuff like that. So I don't have any other options unless I do one bed and they all share it. They're munchkins. They can all fit in one bed, can't they? And we'll do this blue countertop. We'll do a combo. It's going to be beautiful. You guys, this is the dumbest looking place I've ever seen. And I hate the wallpaper. I'm going to change the wallpaper. I think that's like throwing me off. What if I do them like that? Okay. Okay, you guys, this is what I came up with for the Lollipop Guild. So random. Honestly, was really difficult for me to do. I really did not know what direction to take this, but I forgot I needed to add like a little plant here. We'll just do that flower, whatever. So this is what I did. We've got a dresser here, dining space. I just ended up doing a double. I didn't like any of the singles because I wanted one that had one bed with 3 colors, red, green, and blue, but I couldn't find one that I liked. So I just went with this bed from Cottage Living. We have our kitchen over here, little sitting area, and that is that. You guys, I'm gonna wrap it up on that. Let's move on to the next house, and we'll go ahead and do this one in the back. I think I'm gonna do the Lullaby League, and this is like the really pink, girly, cutesy build. This one should be fun. I want it to be sort of like coquette, and I'm gonna filter pink because that's where we're really gonna pull from. I like this one. I also like this one. I think we're just gonna go with the Space Game one. I don't know. I think it's pretty, so we're gonna go for it. And there are 3 little munchkin girls in the Lullaby League, but we're gonna do one bed, I think, just for the sake of space. And the bed I'm thinking of is this one. This one's so cute. I like the look of that one. It's very precious. Maybe we'll put the bed on like a diagonal like that with 2 pink side tables. We'll do these ones from high school years. Those ones are cute. Living room. We need a couch. Something pink, of course. We do have this one from Base Game, which I like. Coffee table. Could do this one. And for our kitchen, maybe we can throw a kitchen over here. Not a ton of pink options, so we'll just do these from Country Kitchen. That's always my go-to. We can do a fridge right here. What about one of the new ones? The one that's already clean. This one's really pretty. And oven. We can do the restored oven. Why not? Do that sink. I don't think that's gonna work. I think I'm gonna have to do it like this. like the Lollipop Guild. There's just not enough room otherwise, but we'll do our kitchen sort of at an angle like this. Can I do little bar stools here and that can be dining? Ooh, or I could do these cutie ones from the bistro kit. And I still need a dresser and like a mirror. So what if I do a dresser like this? Ooh, with this pretty mirror. I think I want to do a different curtain for the smaller ones. How does that look? Okay, I'm gonna add some finishing touches and then we'll move on. Lullaby League's house is done. We've got a bed here, dresser, mirror area. We have our kitchen over here and with also dining here and a little living space here. I'm keeping these houses very simple. Last but not least, this is just gonna be like the Munchkin villager house. So I'm gonna keep it very, I guess, cottage core is what I'm thinking. Okay, so we're gonna do the cottage living flooring, maybe with, I don't know, what about a cottage living wallpaper? We can maybe do perhaps a fireplace in here. We'll do this one from cottage living. That's my favorite. And then for a couch, we can do, what about outdoor retreat? Yeah, maybe coffee table. Maybe just this one. I still need a bed, so I gotta figure out the best place for that. I don't like this layout, so I'm gonna switch it out a little bit. What if we do something like this? Living space over to this side. Maybe we do a bed over here. One of my favorites is the one from Cats and Dogs. I love this bed. It is really so cute. I don't know about this couch now. Or I could just do 2 chairs. That might be better. Oh, what about these ones from Cottage Living? Okay, that's a look. Nightstands, we can do, those are a little big. Let's do the ones from Horse Ranch because they're rather small. And for our kitchen, I think we're just gonna go ahead and use it again. Why not? I don't think we're gonna have room for a counter for prep, so we're just gonna have to get over that. I need just something small for dining, like one of these. What if I get rid of one of my nightstands and I do something like that? Ooh, and I still need a dresser. So maybe I can fit one over here. What about this one? I love this dresser from Horse Ranch. It's so pretty. Okay, and then a rug. I think we'll just keep that one. Okay. That's fine. And that is going to do it for the village munchkin house. I don't even know what that means. And you guys, okay, I have a lot more to do. I still have this entire large building to do and several other characters to build for. So here's what I'm thinking, because I haven't posted a video and it's almost been 2 weeks at this point. And I really just don't know if it makes sense for me to try to squeeze this all into one video because that's a lot of builds. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to stop here and this will be a part 1, and the part 2 I'll be furnishing this large portion of the builds. I feel like that's going to make the most sense. I really didn't want to split it into 2. I really wanted to get it all done in one, but I just don't think it makes sense to do it that way. Not only is the video going to be 10,000 years long if I do that, but it's going to take me so long to get this video up. So with that being said, I'm going to end this portion of the video here. Hopefully you guys don't mind me splitting this into 2. I'm excited to see what the inside is going to look like in my next part. Hopefully I can get that up super soon. With all that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. All right. Bye.